This chat stuff must just be new. Look at my fat neck. And my lips trying to swell up in the winter time. So the name of my video is Political People versus Evidence-Based People. I thought about this title very hard. I kept saying, I need a title. And I began to think and come up with other titles in my head. I thought of other titles. This is the only one I could think of that makes sense to me. Political people. What is political people? I think I find myself, might be a little political. In the last 12 months, I would say I'm a little political on information that is. Just knowing what's going on that has something to do with political. From, the White House and Republicans or whatever you call Democrats and other news sources that talks on politics. So we all could be, some of us that is interested in such thing. It's a little political. However, there's some that's political. It's like they're just political. Otherwise, whatever they hear, that's what they believe. That's it. It said it, that's it. They said it, that's it. It don't matter. Now, I can put Marjorie in that statement. What Marjorie hear, political, that's what she believes. However, Marjorie needs evidence-based. So the political people versus evidence-based people. So I'm an evidence-based person, and yet have a little political knowledge. However, I'm more importantly, an evidence-based person, not just political. If the child went in the cookie jar and the cookie gone, I had 3 cookies in there, 2 cookies in there, and that's, I know I had 3 cookies in there. Let's say I just put them in there yesterday, and now then I looked in the jar and I knew I had 3. Now there's 2. One of the things is evidence-based, one is missing. That's evidence, one is missing. Now I have to find out who took the cookie out the cookie jar. And I would need some source, some concrete evidence. See, that's political and evidence-based people. I hear something that's going on that can affect the American people. Political. However, I need to verify that. I need to verify it. And so what I do, I'll go to a source. I hear this source said, Then I hear another source on the radio station saying it. Suddenly I see it on TV, and there are some people speaking on the same topic that was not on the two radio stations. However, I can change the channel. Oh my goodness, there are some more people speaking on the same topic. Same topic. Majority of what's coming out of those people mouths that's on those two channels, even though they're on the same topic, the same subject. Let's say a helicopter that fell in the rooftop of the White House. I'm not nowhere near Pennsylvania Avenue. I hears it. Uh-oh, I hears it on the radio. What? So I may want to find more out information. Is this true? I hears it on another radio station. Gets home from work and there it is on a TV news station. Change the channel, there it is on another news station. Oh, I'm sleepy. Turn on the back radio. There it is. This evidence based. Now more evidence based. I see it. There's a picture of it. A helicopter in the White House. That's evidence based. But a political person, now political person, we hear the evidence-based people not only hear the details about the helicopter that's landed in the roof of the White House. It was by a White House administrator. Let's just say the vice president. The vice president. We had information now that he had a drinking problem. And apparently he decided with his drinking problem to go in the helicopter. And he was drunk and he crashed it. Now the political people, no matter how much drunk the vice president get, the political people love the vice president. Now the evidence-based people don't have nothing against him, but the evidence-based people do not like him making laws for the American people because he's never sober. Too many stories. He cannot make conscious policies in his right mind. Evidence-based. The helicopter, someone that came up in court about college, his ex-wife that came out on different news sources, it's been written in major newspapers. All this evidence-based. Because it's all these were lies, then he get to sue them, to put them out of business. Evidence based here. The FBI that came out and said he have a problem drinking, and now the helicopter. But the political people, they love him. It don't matter if he crashed the helicopter in the White House, because they say no, he didn't do that. The source they look at love the vice president. It don't matter to them if he have a problem drinking. In fact, they don't even show the evidence based on their source. So the political people and the political people that own the TV source they watch never hears this information. Oh, they love this president. He a drunk, he done beat his wife, he done messed up in the government thing, now he done messing up in the White House, but they love. So they don't see and hear no other source. No other source. All the information. In fact, the political people cannot even see the danger. They can't see ahead that perhaps this vice president that's just say for example, that is a drunk, that has a problem drinking. I didn't want to call him a drunk, but common word. He is a drunk. Been arrested 7 times for drinking under the influence. Had crashed 2 Cadillacs, 1 limousine, after beating up the limousine driver because the limousine driver didn't want to take him to a bar to drink some more. He beat up the limousine driver and took the car to go to drink some more. In fact, it's record, document, evidence-based, but the political people, that don't matter to them. They crashed up two Cadillacs, beat up the limousine driver, beat up the ex-wife. It don't matter. They love the vice president, not a helicopter at the top roof of the White House. They won't believe it because the source they watch, the source they worship, the source love the vice president too. That's who we're going to believe. We're talking about adults here, aren't we? Adults. Somehow the political people has made this about a popular thing, high school. We follow what is popular. Or even though the vice president, perhaps with all these problems, he feels like the political people feel for whatever reason. And so they ignore all the other danger. Just thank God that he didn't crash the helicopter in an innocent family house. But it wouldn't matter to the political people because the political people love the vice president that has a drinking problem, that has crashed two limousine Cadillacs, that had crashed one limousine after beating up the limousine driver. The vice president they love that has all beat up his ex-wife, has some other problems, with cocaine. It don't matter because he has something we need him to do. We love him. His thing, what he's doing is not bothering us. It do not affect us. And besides, that's a lie. We watch our source every day, 24 hours. When we come back, we say, baby, give me a beer. And there go our source. Nowhere on our source have we heard that. In fact, we do have another source. It is a couple of radio stations. We have not heard him or her on our radio station say such thing. In fact, our radio station and our source is called the Political Radio Station, the political source on TV, just like us, the political people. Adults. First I hear, as I learn, just simple things, I can put it into the layman's terms, simple terms. I have a group of people here that has been fighting with the United States, fighting with them together, not against them, but unity, fighting off another enemy of both of ours. We're much nearer. The United States put some of their men there, our sons and daughters there. And they fight with our sons and daughters. Death is on both sides. Our sons and daughters and that side, but we're together fighting this one enemy. Did a pretty good job. Now, the man that crashed the helicopter on top of the White House. Oh my God, it's burning. They got to put the fire out now. He's alive though. Now he stumbling in the office and said, "Get all our troops out of the country. Get the troops out of the country." Can you imagine? Now see, evidence-based says, I know there's 6, 7 sources been talking about this, been criticizing this movement. In fact, one of the top men, best friends of the vice president, decided I can't deal with this because now they have helped our sons and daughters fight. Oh, now we're about to leave them, and the enemy gonna come back, and now they have somebody that's going to help them, and they're gonna kill us all for doing a good thing, and that's okay with the political people. Because some of the political people might say, hey, my son coming home, my husband coming home. That's all that matter. I have a son too, lieutenant commander in the Navy. My son is important to me just as much as their sons over there is important to those mothers. However, an evidence-based person, see, they can feel as such as Marjorie. When I hear we're going to pull out, leave them, I already know they're trembling. At the same time, perhaps making a way, trying to find a way, some holes or something in the ground, somewhere, however they do it to survive, because they have heard the enemy coming in to take them out. They know it a month, 2 months, 3 months. Next week, the enemy coming in to kill us, slaughter us, kill us, take us out away from our families, because the people we were helping, the sons and daughters, our sons and daughters we were helping, been told by the vice president, who's a drunk, who's never in his right mind, get them boys out of there. And some of the political people say, that's a good thing. It is. I would want my son out also. However, as someone says, it should have been done with details, but that's not what I'm on here for. I'm on here because it's okay with the political people. After all, they can give a blind eye. They're pretty good at that. To stop up their ears, for it's not their sons and daughters. And although Psalms 37, the book of Psalms 37 tell me that they gonna come down too. Book of 37 Psalms tell me they're growing tall like a palm tree. The book of Psalms 37, which encouraged me, say, oh, they coming down though. They coming down. Because the political people don't see nothing. The political people don't see that they dysfunctional vice president, the one that crashed the helicopter on top of the White House, the one that crashed two Cadillacs and beat up the limousine driver and took the limousine car to go get something else to drink. That vice president, the one that's, had a little rumors about cocaine, beat up the ex-wife, that vice president who is still drunk right now wants to make a policy because he's listening to the voices in his ear. It's easy to influence him. He's not in his right mind anyway, is he? He's drunk. Yeah. Is that how they go? Yeah. So it's easy to whisper in his ear and say, lead the brown children out. Lead their mothers over the fence. Build a barricade. You'll be famous. You'll go in history. Kill them. Let them die. Let them suffer. And the political peoples go, yeah, they brown. They surely is taking our jobs. It don't matter to the political people. See, they only hear their political news and their political radio, It don't matter if a 2-year-old, and they probably got 1, 2, oh, look at them. They got a grandbaby with curly hair. There's a grandbaby just like theirs, same age at the border. It don't matter to them. They heart is hardened. If you ever wonder what a stony heart was in the Bible, it's a hard heart. It's a hard heart. You can take a harsh hammer to it. You have to break it up, break up the stony ground. You couple hits is so hard. It's not a heart of flesh. One time it hit me in my heart, I'm gone. Heart of flesh, of emotions and caring and compassion. So it don't matter if that your little bitty grandbaby that's 2 years old looking so cute, the little curly hair. Oh, look at them little pretty eyes. Wow, there's one just like that at the border. But that don't matter because they brown. She gonna grow up and rape somebody. Or better yet, sell some dope. I know. In fact, put her in a cage. Put her in a cage. Why don't you political people speak in the terms what you mean? Stop with the fancy words. Put them in cage, them brown people. Let them die. Let them starve. You know, the Game-a-thon. You remember that part in the movie, the Game-a-thon? You remember? She had to be chained up on the wall, and across from her was her daughter who had been poisoned, who gonna die a slow death and deteriorate, and the mother is a cross. You know, cross the wall, pinned up in the chain, can't go nowhere, watching that child die. Oh, she gon' watch her die. She gon' be alive before she die. She can't kill herself, that mother. Slow death as she watched that child and deteriorate and it goes to bones. Probably before she died, I don't know. That's what the political people is. Why don't you just say we just love the Game-a-thon, that part? Let them die. Stop trying to be so fancy with your words. The brown people, the immigrants that build a wall, don't let them in. Won't you all just be real and say, let them die? Jesus, is it too hard for you stony heart political people to just speak the truth? Won't you all be true when the cops kill someone that is unarmed? Stop saying they should listen to the cops, follow the orders. It's just you all political people cannot even be true to your own self. Are you such afraid of yourself? It would be nice if you would just say, shoot them all, shoot them in the head. You practice, you carry the guns for to do such things. You had more guts back then in the 40s and the 30s. You were very bold then. However, it's just still the same spirit of your descendants. Speak the words, be true, evidence based. Your descendants enjoy and hushed when you killed a man. For what unjust reason a group of men and destroyed them and threw them in cage? Your descendants close their eyes or either join in. 2018, moving forward, you're still doing the same murderous crime and the same hateful heart as your descendants. At least call it out. Look at that. We even have a couple of Sambos up there. All that money that Sambo have up there with all those political people that Sambo get his teeth fixed. Get his teeth fixed. Evidence based. Political people. He said it. When that vice president was running We was drunk and he said, they said a drunk speak what he mean. He said, I love my ignorant, ignorant friends, I believe he said, ignorant or unlearned. He said it, adults. Adults. We talking about grown-ups here. One thing about political people, I believe they they believe, that is the political people believe it cannot hurt them. They are immoral. They're the walking dead. We're gonna wipe out everyone else. Surely you paid attention that the what are they called, the winter walkers or the wall workers in the Game of Thrones? They too die. They already dead. This is live. This is real. That's happening with the, you know, the vice president who have a drinking problem and delusional and always cannot think straight and listening to voices. Those very same voices don't realize you're not immune from that. While you whisper in the vice president ear because he's full of cognac or whatever he drink, that very same enemy is your enemy too. He's your enemy too. And you gave him a boy he can use. You don't want to believe it, you're not. This is like the children. They never believe nothing I said to them as they were growing up, only to find out it was true. You're not his friend. The con man, KGB, whatever, with smile in your face. We learned that in the neighborhood where I come from. They made a sound about it. They smile in your face all the time to try to pretend to be your friend. The backstabbers. He's not your friend. You're America. You are American. You will be in his way to finish what he wants to achieve. In his mind, one president, one God. He God. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I just know it don't have to turn out the way it's turning out. The tall man who have a voice who says nothing because he believes it cannot happen to him, or the little bitty beautiful grandchild, or the wife he loves as he make policies he shouldn't make against humanity, as the political people that encourage it, vote for it, cheers it on. You're never no one's friend when you live a life like that. It's always stabbing each other in the back. You see, you may get the little people. And political people, most of you all are little people. You just go alone and die and suffer if we don't end this with the evidence-based people. You die just right along with us. And the tall man and those with the billions and the 1%. Why has they been our enemy for so long? You can't keep getting away with blood on your hand. You've been getting away with that too long. Go back, political people. Study your ancestors. Study the consequence of them. Look beyond that money. Look beyond that big house. Study the consequence. Political people and evidence-based people. Stay woke. Stay woke.